Oh, it said recording in progress. I was too hasty. I beg your pardon. Let me start that again. So welcome everybody to Vetstoria's webinar, how to boost your veterinary clinic's online presence using our content pack. So I'm super happy to have you all here today. And thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule to join us. So just a little bit about me, your host this evening. My name's Victoria Deemer-Smith. I'm a RVN in clinic, but also the Global Implementation Manager at Vetstoria. If you don't know much about Vetstoria, Vetstoria offers real-time online booking in clinics. And we do have Lily and Anna present as well, but I'm just going to allow a few people to join because I can still see people are joining before we introduce those two for you. So please just give us a couple of minutes. We'll get started. If you missed my quick introduction, for those of you still joining, I won't repeat it all again, but welcome to our webinar. Thank you for taking some time out today. You're in for a treat because we've got the lovely Lily and Anna from our marketing team who's going to talk you through our content packs to boost your online presence in veterinary clinics. So I'm going to ask these lovely ladies to introduce themselves. So Lily, could you go first?
Sure, thanks, Vicky. So yeah, my name's Lily. I'm the growth marketing manager here at Vetstoria. So I guess what that means for you is we are the creators of content packs, which is something we started late last year. I guess our focus is managing sort of our social channels and marketing Vetstoria to prospective clients. But as part of that, we also feel very passionately as animal lovers about helping those who we serve in as many ways as we can. Online booking obviously being the key one, but also we're quite empathetic to the views of vets and the struggles that we know the industry faces. So we like to create content that we think helps our audience as well, which is how content packs came about. So we'll hear a bit more about that in this webinar. But yeah, that's sort of my main focus. I'll let Anna introduce herself as well.
I'm the social media designer here at Vetstoria. I'm a graphic design student, so all the images and all the posters you see in the content packs, that's me making them. And I think the main thing, the reason that I'm so involved with this is because I know that a lot of veterinarians don't know anything about marketing. And I think this is the best way for us to be able to help you, is helping you with the client engagement and education, because we know we cannot be helping you in the clinic, but we can try and provide a bit of assistance somewhere else. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Anna. So as mentioned, we're going to explore what content packs are, first of all, their uses and how we can effectively use them within veterinary clinics. So Lily and Anna are going to take you through a bit of a presentation. There is going to be a Q&A and a live tutorial at the end as well, if time allows. So lots of jam-packed information, and I'll hand over to Lily to get us started.
Great, thank you. Let me just start this presentation and I will share my screen as well. Alrighty, can everyone see this okay? It's been a while since I've done a PowerPoint, but here we go. So, okay, just a quick agenda so you know what to expect. We've done our intros. I'll talk a little bit more about what Vetstoria content packs are. I know we've got quite a lot of people who are a bit more engaged with them now since we launched, but still probably very unknown to many. We're going to talk a little bit about the benefits of client communication. We're going to cover unique links and QR codes, which are particularly beneficial if you do use Vetstoria, but you definitely don't need to use Vetstoria to use our content packs. We'll go through a couple of examples of clinics who are already using them. And then Anna is basically going to take you through the website, show you where you can find them, how to use them, intro a little project that we've been working on as sort of the next phase of content packs. Then, as Vicky said, we'll do a bit of a Q&A. And anyone who hasn't used Canva can stay on and we'll take you through how to use it as well. We do have videos on our website that can assist you if you can't stay until the end. So what are Vetstoria content packs? Content packs are basically fully editable assets that make it super easy to educate pet owners and promote your clinic. So most of our packs have evolved quite a lot since we first did them. Initially, we started fairly basically with doing a couple of Instagram sort of carousels or images and some posters. And since then, we've sort of branched out to try and provide more value, I guess, with every pack. So we're looking at updating them all at the moment, but we've got Facebook and Instagram posts. So each pack usually has a range of different sort of topics within the main topic, or different points that are highlighted. And we write captions that go along with them as well. So you can really just take the whole post, upload it. If you want to change the colors or the text, you can, but you've got a full basis there to work off straight off the bat. We also do ready to print posters and flyer templates in the clinic. We started doing emails and text message as well, if you like to communicate with your clients that way. We do a banner image as well, just to spice up an email, video reel templates, and a hold message script. So if you are on TikTok or Instagram and you like to do video reels, then we basically take whatever topic we've got and we factor it into, this is the footage you want to shoot, these are the talking points you want to cover as well, and it just makes it a little bit easier to bring something to life. So that's what those are. And the hold message we tend to do for things like Dental Health Month, where it makes sense for you to have a message on your phone line when people are calling you and there's a particular sort of announcement you want to make, then we include scripts for that as well. So all you need to do is jump in, record it, and you can share it with your clients when they're on hold. So we have quite a range of assets available now. As I said, we started them in December last year to help vets educate clients and promote services as well. So we have a range of packs that Anna will take you through some of the different topics, and also to promote online booking. We know that it can be a bit of a mission to get clients to book online or to know that you're now offering online booking. So it makes sense to not only remind them of that when they're in the clinic, but remind them on the other platforms that they're engaging with every day, so you can stay sort of front of mind, as well as promoting those appointments. As I mentioned, content packs, they're available to everyone, so you don't need to be a Vetstoria user to benefit from them. They're also free, so we use Canva as free subscription. So all you need to do is create a login with Canva and you have full access to everything. You can pay to sort of do the paid subscription on Canva, but everything we create uses the free assets, so there's really no need based on the content packs that we put together. And we release our new packs every 2 to 3 weeks as well. So we come up with topics internally that we think are interesting, or we have a lot of vets in the business as well. As Anna said, we're not the marketing team, don't have any veterinarians, but we work very closely with vets to make sure that we're speaking about the right things. We know what topics are sort of important at the moment, and we sort of hear the concerns of the veterinary community and do what we can to try and translate that into client education that you guys can hopefully get a lot of value out of. So in terms of like the benefits of communicating with your clients outside of the clinic using content packs, well, as you know, our content packs sort of include printable assets that might be in the clinic, but also social posts. So improved client engagement. If you're communicating regularly through social media and other digital channels between visits, it obviously helps to keep your clients engaged with you. You can keep them up to date on health tips. For example, maybe in summer, we know that we don't want people leaving their pets in the car. So all these sort of important public service announcements that you're not necessarily getting to communicate in person with someone who's in the clinic, you now have access to do that online in the places that you know that your clients are spending time, Facebook, Instagram, or wherever it may be. So it's definitely a great opportunity to maintain that connection with clients beyond their routine visits. I touched on it before, but enhanced client education. We know that there's a lot of topics that vets feel really frustrated by because there's just so much misinformation on the internet. There's a lot of pet owners who don't necessarily understand the ins and outs of caring for their pets or different things to be aware of at different times. And there's only so much information you can give them when you see them. So it's a very good opportunity for you to sort of be feeding information on a regular basis in the places that they're spending their time. And it really helps prove that you care about them and just sort of shows off the fact that you're the expert, and it builds trust, which is another thing that we'll speak about a little bit. So the next thing being increased loyalty. Obviously, the more you're communicating with your clients outside of their appointments, you're sharing helpful tips with them, you're making sure that they're checking on their pets and you're considering things that maybe they haven't considered. The more often that you can do that, the more obviously you're demonstrating care and concern for their pets. outside of your sort of regular interactions with them, which does make people feel more connected to you. And I think in a competitive landscape, it's particularly beneficial if you feel like you can connect with your vet online and you know that they're conscious of these things that you can be aware of. So even though I think marketing on these channels feels like quite a lot of work, which hopefully we can try and combat, it's well worth doing it because having that presence will benefit you and your client in many ways and ultimately help the animals as well. The other things I think that it really benefits you with would be things like promoting your services. So you have a limited amount of time when you've got a client in front of you to consider the other appointments they should be booking and speak with them about these things. And you're not necessarily speaking to them all year round, but when you're sharing comms like emails or you're posting on your Instagram, you can remind people that, you know, pets need to be microchipped now, or have your pets got their vaccinations, maybe it's parasite season and there's things that they should be conscious of that you wouldn't have the chance to speak to them about otherwise. So it's a really great opportunity for you to sort of educate them about the problems that they don't necessarily know that they have and provide them with the solution being an appointment with your clinic and making it really easy for them to book that appointment. Especially if you do use Vetstoria, because we have sort of unique links and QR codes, you can pretty much get that message in front of someone and encourage them to make their online booking sort of right then and there, which we'll touch on a bit later. But it's a very cost-effective way to promote appointments using these sort of digital channels. So we do have some packs that focus on that, and we plan on creating many more. As I mentioned, timely updates and reminders, different times of years, obviously call for different appointments or different concerns to be aware of. So we hope that our content packs will help you communicate those concerns all year round. Again, if you're not seeing pets during those moments, it still gives you a touch point with the client. And increase visibility and brand awareness. So we do talk a lot about the importance of having an up-to-date website. We know that clients are looking at you online, and if they've just got a new pet and they're going to sign up to your clinic, they want to see a fully operational website. They want to see the team, and the same sort of goes for your social media. I think your social media account is a really good way for you to go to the next step and show a bit of personality. Obviously vet clinics are full of animal lovers, and being on social talking about how people can help their pets and showing cuddly images of your clients coming in is a really good way to just share that warmth and make people feel more connected to you as a business, which again, in a competitive landscape is something that you want to be really focused on. So I think increased visibility and brand awareness is definitely supported by content packs, because you basically have the concerns and the solutions, and it's just a matter of sharing them on your channels and making sure that you're consistent with it. And yeah, it does make people feel closer to you, even if they're not spending all that much time at the clinic. So I mentioned before unique links and QR codes. I do want to come back to this briefly. As I said, you definitely don't need to use Vetstoria to use our content packs. All of our content packs have a variation, a call to action that isn't necessarily a online booking link or a QR code. So if you're not using Vetstoria, you can say, book your appointment, call us on this number, visit our website, whatever it is. It's fully editable, so you can do that. We definitely want people to be able to use them, even if they're not using online booking. But the benefit of using Vetstoria is that you can create unique links. So obviously you have your online booking link, which you can put in your Instagram profile. You can also, maybe when you're doing a Facebook post, share a link to your online booking tool. For physical assets like posters and flyers in the clinic, you can get a QR code, so someone can just get their phone up and scan it and book an appointment on the spot. And that can go for your online booking or for like a specific campaign. So maybe you say, okay, we're going to do like a free dental appointment to try and get more people in the door on a Wednesday afternoon. And you can say it's going to be with Victoria and it's going to be between these times. And either we're going to say we've got 100 slots and that's it, or we're going to run it between this date for this period. And you have a link, so anyone who clicks the link or scans the QR code can book that specific appointment. And that's fully trackable as well. So you can actually see where you're driving your traffic from, which is really great if you do a lot of sort of social media marketing, or you have a poster up in the reception area and you want to know if anyone's actually using it or booking appointments. You can see that. I think, Vicky, you said you had a similar story about this. Did you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I did actually. So it was during onboarding, and it was actually a first opinion hospital, but they use a lot of services with a referral hospital internally, and rather than it being sort of potentially public use, so they could kind of control those referral appointments, they had posters in their sort of consult rooms, so for clients to directly book via a unique link while they need that specialist treatment, and be diverted to the appropriate clinician. And it was just a very unique way that I've not seen before, and a really interesting way to use those QR codes and make sure that the pet is going to receive further treatment, and it's going to follow all the wonderful rules, you know, within their Vetstoria account. And then of course the specialist will receive that online booking instantly. So it was a very unique way of using it that I enjoyed, and I've been talking about ever since.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely know all the marketing team can relate to the frustrations with not being able to track your online promotions. So I definitely see the value in having something where you can see how much traffic you're driving. Is this poster working? Is that poster working? Are we having a lot of people that are viewing our Facebook page and maybe they're not commenting or liking things, but they're reading and they're booking appointments. So it does give you a lot more insight if you can track those things. So definitely very beneficial, I think. Just want to show some examples of clinics that are using. It's very hard for us to get these examples because we share the assets freely, and yeah, we don't expect you to tag us in them because it's for your clients and it's information about that. But we do have a look from time to time on different Facebook accounts and see what we can see, and we get a lot of lovely feedback as well from people who do use them to tell us that they love them. So we take the opportunity to go in and have a look. But yeah, you can see Arc Vet Care and Bollington Veterinary Centre letting people know that they're taking online bookings now. This is an example of our parasite prevention pack as well. So just information for pet owners to make sure that they're on top of you know, all the treatments and they understand what they're looking for and how to care for their pets if they're you know, out and about in, you know, the world of parasites. Sounds horrifying. And then also, yeah, a lot of assets around online booking and reminding your clients that they can book online, because ideally your client will come to your Instagram account. They're going to, you know, see your beautiful profile that's got your online booking link in your Instagram bio, and there'll probably be a post there that's pinned that says save time and book online. So anyone who's scrolling through who wants to make an appointment knows that they can go there. They don't have to go on the website or find a number, maybe in Google Maps. Instead, they can just click on that link and book an appointment. So you want to have that really visible on your profile. So it's great to see that people are using these assets as well, and hashtags and captions that we provide as well.
Yeah,
so that's
as
really
a
great.
proud Gen Zer, I know that when I'm looking for something online, social media is one of the first places I go. And we know that more and more pet owners are tending younger these days. So we know that younger and younger people are the ones that are looking through social media to get this kind of appointments. So making it super easy for them will drive more appointments for you.
Absolutely. And I think also people are very conscious of their fur babies. You know, I'm going to do everything to spoil my pet. I'm going to, you know, feed it the best food I can afford, and, you know, whatever it is that they're spending money on. So I think having a Instagram feed or a social media stream of content that really talks about like how you can support them in best caring for their pet and being aware of these problems. People want to take the right action, but they don't necessarily know what that is. So if you can be there guiding them, you have very keen ears that are ready to listen and make those appointments. So you definitely want to capitalize on that. It's a great point, Anna. Do you want to cover this slide before we take people through? I can share my screen for a little bit longer.
Yeah, sure. As you can see, we have already covered a lot of different topics. We've been at it for a while now, and we try to capture a bit of everything. We have heard some of your suggestions. So we have some packs that are ready to use all year long for wellness. For example, toxic foods for dogs, preparing pets for fireworks. You need to teach your clients how to prepare for it before it becomes an actual issue. We also have a few specifically for specific times of year. For example, right now, we know that here in the UK last week was insanely warm, and being able to take some of those some of those tips that pet owners don't always know, and being able to just share it with them very quickly. Yeah, we're trying to make it as easy as we can for you. Yeah, we also have a few that you could have just straight up in your clinic. For example, when you change your opening hours, having a poster on your front door when you're closed with a link where people can book directly from there whenever they pass by can be very useful. So we've put on a different few variations that you can use for that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can I just make a comment, because this really makes me smile when I see this slide, because I'm taken back to in-clinic life, and if there's any listeners out there that are very, very rubbish at being creative with the notice board in the waiting room like I am, and yet I always seem to get the task to do it, I would have absolutely loved for there to be just something else that I could have done for those really sad notice boards, posters, QR codes, images, and having this digital online presence, because it wasn't quite hitting the mark in the clinics I worked with. Unfortunately for them, I was really quite rubbish. So to see all of this on the screen and what you can use and the time it would save, is just fantastic. So I have to add that, Anna, because if you're anything like me with your creative skills in clinic, this is the way to go, most certainly.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we are here for. Absolutely. Trying to make it as easy and saving you as much time as you can. You've told us just how many hours you spent just rearranging things on the notice board.
And it still was rubbish. And I don't think anyone looked at it either. So it's really sad, really sad.
Well, yes, hopefully content packs can be the end of that pain for many people. Great. Well, I think, Anna, do you want to take people through now, just show them where they can find the packs? That would be great.
Yeah, do let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes, when you go over to our website, you can just click here on the resources tab and click on content packs. You'll see that, yes, here it is. You'll see that we have a few different categories of content packs you can look through, or you can just scroll down and look at a variety if anything specific catches your fancy. Once you open a specific content pack, let's go choose one. My internet seems to be struggling with sharing my screen. That happens. Luckily, I came prepared. When you open one of the specific pack pages, you'll see here a different preview of the different assets you have, as well as a simple explanation of exactly what it is about. And down here, you'll have all the links to the different assets. For example, if you click to open the email, you'll be linked to the document, the text document directly. All you need to do is just come up here to file. You can make a copy. It will be brought up to your own account, and then you can make all the changes you need and just copy it straight from here. You'd be able to change the pet owner's name and also add your clinic name at the end. And of course, you can change any of the texts. Hopefully everything here is accurate, but you will probably need to add something specific about your local area or any kind of offers you have. Yes. We also have a lot of visual assets, for example, an Instagram post. And these will be linked to Canva. Canva is an online design program. You will be able to just click use the template. I will run you through exactly how you can personalize it at the end of the presentation if you don't know how to, but just rest assured that it is super, super easy. And you don't even need to personalize them if you don't want to. You can just share the assets exactly as they are. They are ready to go. I will say that you will need to make an account for Canva. But as Lily mentioned, it is completely free to sign up. All you have to do is either go on with your Google account or just add your email, and you'll have access to everything right away. Another thing that we wanted to show you that we've been working on is I don't know if this is struggling so much. We have been working on content calendar, taking all the assets we've made and making it even easier for you to decide what to post and when. So right now we're working on the 2023 content calendar, and we have a few months done already, a few of the past months. And you'll be able to see that we have put together when you should be posting each kind of asset. This way, you don't even have to go through our website. You don't have to even decide what you'll be posting each day. You just have to open this up. You'll be able to click on each of the links, and it will immediately redirect you to the relevant asset, and you'll be able to either print it in the case of a poster, or you can just straight up post directly from Canva through this link. This will take you 5 minutes to do, and you'll be able to have your social media accounts going on with just 5 minutes at most per day, which we know that it can be a very big time suck trying to manage all of that. I know that is literally my full-time job. So we know that veterinary clinics don't often have that kind of luxury. So by putting it all together for you like this, we hope that we can make it as easy as possible. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks for that, Anna. I think what's also worth mentioning is, because Anna does quite a variety of different creatives in different packs, there might be like 3 different posts you could share on Instagram. And it's up to you. Maybe you say, we're just going to do one post, but there's sort of 3 subtopics. So the idea is that we can lay it out in a way that you can post a couple of things over a certain period, and it's really staying front of mind for your client. They're seeing it a couple of times, or if they're only seeing it once, there's more chance that they're going to see something from you than the one post that you shared on Tuesday. So if you sort of pepper these things in strategically, and maybe you're also sending emails or sending out a little text message to remind people that it's really hot and don't leave your dog in the car, all those little things just keep you really front of mind for any sort of upcoming problems, appointments, anything that they need to think about. If they're seeing a little bit in the background and engaging with it, and knowing that maybe there's something going on at the moment, it's really hot, I know I can go onto my clinic's Instagram and they'll will have posted something about what to do in this sort of heat or whatever it is. But it's a great way for you to just, like Anna said, keep everything rolling all the time without necessarily having to come up with a brand new idea and your own creatives as well. So yeah, the team's been working very hard on it, and I'm very excited for us to get it out there. So anyone who's sort of subscribed to our newsletter, which you can do on the content pack page, there'll definitely be an email going out once we've got it all set up. But hopefully it does make everyone's lives a little bit easier, slightly less to think about on the marketing front.
Yeah, and of course you don't need to be just posting these creatives. We still want you to be able to share pictures of your team, of other pets you've been helping. This is meant to be a supplement to that. This is meant to be something else that you can add on top of what you're already doing. It doesn't need to be a replacement.
Absolutely. Yeah. Lovely.
So yeah, like Lily said, most of the packs have many, many, many different creatives within them. Let me open up the parasite prevention content pack. Oh, and the links will direct you to the page that it is mentioning. So that will be even easier for you to not even have to think about it. But for example, here we have a creative about ticks and fleas, what the differences and the similarities are, along with a complete caption for your Instagram in this case, and of course a few different image variations. You'd be able to can I just go through that quite quickly right now? Is that easier to do?
Yeah, might as well.
Since I have it open, let me just show you how you'd be able to just, in literally 5 minutes, you can have this ready for your clinic. So let me just pick up a different background image. Just drag it in. It's done. You can just click here, and you see here up top, you'll be able to decide on a different font. For example, maybe your clinic uses Allegria, and that will change that. And you can click here to change everything in all the assets. And of course, let me change the purple to something a little less Vetstoria, something green. And immediately you see that all the assets, all the variations are now ready to be used for your clinic. The only thing you need to do for each of them would be taking your logo out and adding your own. From there, you can obviously change the text. Maybe you don't want to highlight that they can be transferable to humans, so you'd be able to just delete that or change the way it's written. And here at top, you can directly share it to your social media if you want to. You'd need to connect your social media account, but this means that it literally takes no time to have it ready, because all you need to do is click post, copy the caption from this into there, and it's done. If you do want to just download it and post it, you'd be able to click down here, choose the pages you want to share. In this case, I just want the page 5, which is this one here. And you just click download. And from there, you'll be able to just post it straight into your account wherever you want. As you can see, not only do we have different image variations for each, but we have difference between ticks and fleas. We have instructions on how you can keep your pet safe from parasites. We have instructions on why indoor cats need parasite prevention anyway, because we know that a lot of owners think, well, my pet's not going outside, why do they need prevention? But we know that mosquitoes can still get inside, parasites can still get inside, and sometimes even other pets in the household can still bring parasites with them. So having a very short instruction for pet owners to be able to understand that is very useful. So with all these different variations, you'd be able to be posting about this for a while, and every time you do, your pet owners will come out of it with even more information on how to keep their furry family members safe. Yeah.
Fabulous. Thanks for that, Anna. As you said, we do try and release packs every 2 to 3 weeks. We usually come up with topics we think are relevant, like internally, and we're scrolling through Instagram and seeing what people are talking about, and just taking our own cues from the vets in the business as well. But we do want to start involving people a little bit more. We've got a feedback form that you get once you subscribe to a newsletter, where you'll get the content packs. So if anyone has any thoughts or anything that they want to see us do more of, or an idea for a pack, we're always very, very willing to hear about it, so we can make sure that we're creating content that you find valuable and that you think will be helpful to pet owners. So that will go out with the recording for the webinar after this, if anyone has any thoughts. But as I said, if you subscribe to the newsletter, you'll get access to that link as well as all the new packs that go every couple of weeks. And Anna and I are starting to think a little bit more about how we can do polls on social as well, to try and get people to give their suggestions there. So if you follow us on Instagram or on Facebook or LinkedIn, or all of them, at Vetstoria, then you'll stay up to date with new packs as they get released that way as well, and also can be involved in any of the voting processes if you've got ideas that you'd like us to work on, because we're always looking for the next idea. So fabulous.
Yeah, just to be sure, you can follow us on all of them. We're not stopping you.
Exactly. And I think as well, did we have a poll that was going to come up in a second about the content packs? Yes, it should be on the screen now. Have you tried using the content packs for veterinary marketing? If you could just give us a bit of feedback, that would be great, so we can see the results. So we'll give a couple of minutes for those. That would be fantastic.
Perfect. Yeah, as I mentioned before, we do have a video on our content pack pages as well, where we go through a little tutorial of how to use Canva for anyone who's stuck. But it is pretty intuitive. Once you know how to use it, everything is actually very streamlined within Canva. It makes it very easy. But yeah, anyone who needs more information, they can find it there as well, if it's helpful.
I've certainly been educated today, that's for sure. I didn't know about Canva until about 2 weeks ago, so I feel like I've learned a huge amount from Anna and Lily, undeniably. So thank you for this, because it's super useful. Fallen in love with Canva, that's for sure.
It's a great tool.
It is a very, very easy program to use.
It's great.
Within the content pack pages, once you go into one of them, by just scrolling down, the video is here.
Fabulous.
Cool. I think the results are in for the poll, so let's have a look. Okay, so a quarter of the attendees have said they've been using them for a while, so that's great to see. No, but they want to, 75%, that's even better to see. We want to help you, of course, as Lily mentioned, save a bit of time for your clinic, and nobody finds them complicated, which is great. So this is really positive results. So thank you everybody for taking part in that. So next we can lead into a Q&A. So if anybody has any questions they would like to raise, please pop them in the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen, and we'll answer those for you.
Yeah, we do also get any replies from our content packs come to our team. So if you get emails from us about them and you've got questions or ideas, you can definitely respond, and it will come to someone in the marketing team, and we look at all of those answers, and we really appreciate the feedback that we get, and even just knowing that people are using them, because like I said, once they're out there in the world, they could end up anywhere and we don't necessarily know about it. So it's always nice to hear when people find them valuable.
So we have one question. Do you need to pay for the assets? As you mentioned, Lily, before, they're totally free for everybody to use. And as mentioned, you don't have to be a Vetstoria customer to benefit from them. We want to educate clients as much as you do and make use of these content packs. But most certainly, if you do have a Vetstoria account and online booking, there will be more advantages with regards to tying the booking links in and getting people to commit to those online appointments at the same time. So yeah, I don't know if you want to add anything else onto that, Lily. I think I think okay.
You did spot on. They're free. You can, not to overcomplicate things, but Canva does have a paid subscription. So if you did want to take it to the next level, you can do things like schedule all of your content ahead of time, and they've got some cool features if you get familiar with it and decide you want to do that. But yeah, exactly as you said, to use it in the way that we've been showing you is completely free to do. So we'll be keeping it that way.
And then
we are not affiliated with Canva in any way. Also, I need
marketing fans.
We just like it.
Oh, sorry. Somebody else has asked as well. Are they UK specific?
No. We do try and make them as general as possible. We do have some information there that will be adaptable to specific places. For example, in the parasite pack, there are some parasites that don't happen in the UK at all that we have included for our US friends, for example. But yeah, even if there is something that we've added in that is specific, you're also able to just edit the text to make it more relevant to you.
Definitely. And we are interested in trying to branch out and cover as many bases as we can. For example, we have clinics in Australia who obviously are conscious of snake bites and the wildlife over there. There's lots of natural disaster prone areas and other things that obviously affect the animals. So we'll be looking at extending as much as we can. But yeah, everything that we see, we try and make super clear if it's specific to a region. But as Anna said, she does a very good job of making sure that it's applicable to all.
Oh, thank you. And then also, do you manage social media accounts?
So we don't manage social, but our partner company Whisker Cloud do. So they look after veterinary websites as well as social media. So we could definitely do a referral on that front if you really want to just say it's too much and we're prepared to pay for someone to do it and do it really well, then absolutely Whisker Cloud will do that. But as you said, if you want free access to resources and you've got a little bit of time to spend on your social, then you can definitely use Vetstoria Content Packs for that.
Perfect. And then lastly, someone's just asked if they could be reminded where to sign up to the newsletter, Lily.
Absolutely. So it is on the website. It's actually peppered around our website in a few different places, but if I share my screen, once you come to vetstoria.com, you can either subscribe in the footer down here, right down the bottom of the page, down here to join the newsletter, or if you go from the content pack page, the content packs, there is a form in here as well, down here. So you can subscribe to that and just let us know that you're happy to receive marketing from us, and we will send you content packs as they're released, which, as I said, is every 2 to 3 weeks. We try not to overdo the emailing, so we make sure that we've got something worth saying when we send an email. But yeah.
Cool. So that's the questions answered there. Anna, do we have time for a Canva tutorial? Or are we going to include that in the email that we send out?
I'd be happy to stay on if people are interested in it. I obviously run through the very, very basics of it, but there's a little more that we can go through.
Perfect. Thank you.
Feel free to drop off if you already know how to use Canva, though. It is a very simple program, and we will send the shorter tutorial in the email after the webinar is over. So just do not know how to work with Zoom. Okay. And everyone see my screen now?
Yep, it's loading.
Yeah.
Ah, wonderful.
There we go.
So yes, the way Canva works is that you have your workspace here in the middle. You have your tools on the left, and you have a contextual menu up on the top. So here, for example, if I select the text, this top menu is where you will be editing everything. So you can bolder or unbold your text. You can, as I showed you, change the font. I'll use the same one I used last time, just for consistency. You can make the texts bigger or smaller, like you would in any other kind of program. Left aligned, center aligned, all of that. What is interesting is here the effects tab. When you go here, it will open a few different text effects. So maybe I want it to look like it's glowing, and I can change how much is glowing, or I can make it into a glitch and I can change the color of it. So if you want to make it fancy, that's the way to make it fancy. You can also add animations. We've included a few in the emails because we know that some people like having GIFs as email banners. But if you want to add your own, all you need to do is go into the animate button, and just here on the left, you'll be able to select whatever you want. And it will show up as a video afterwards. If you want to add your own images, you'll be able to go here on the Elements tab, and you can just look for an image. For example, I'll look for a dog, because who doesn't like dogs? And you'll be able to select something from here. If you are on the free version of Canva, I do suggest you go to here to filters and filter just show free assets, because Canva does have paid assets and they will be covered by a watermark in case you're using the free program. Whenever you export the image, it will be covered by a watermark. So by filtering it like that, you'll be able to stop that from happening. So what I did here was just dragging an image. It will be able to be added to the design. And if you right click and go here to layer, you'll be able to send it to the back of everything so that the text is still mostly readable. Let's say that's a bit still too dark, so you can go here to transparency and just make it a bit lighter. Of course, there are a few other tools that you can use. For example, here we have a colored header. You can change the color of it by just clicking on it. You click on it, and then you select here, color. And you'll be able to either select one of the standard colors that Canva provides, or you can add your own by clicking on this rainbow here, and either changing it and looking for what you want, or if you have a specific color you want, you can also have its hex code and insert it here, and it will change the color of that header. If you want to add your own logo, what you see here, the brand hub, that is part of the paid plan. So if you want to do it in the free version, all you have to do is you can open up the files on your computer and you can literally drag anything in. Here I will drag one of the images I've been working with, and it will just load eventually when you drag it in. The eventually is the key part here. I think my internet's just struggling with having to share my screen as I am sharing it with you, but yes. Then you can add any image here. What you'd be able to do is just dragging your logo and replacing ours. You can do that with any photograph, any image, any logo. It works the same way. You just drag the image in. And I think those are the main interesting parts of it.
QR code might be a good one to touch on briefly, Anna. Anyone who wants to add their own QR code?
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me. So as you know, Vetstoria provides our own marketing QR codes, so you'd be able to do the same thing you did by uploading it. However, if you don't have that, what you can do is just linking it directly to your website. If you just search QR code here in the Elements tab, you'll be able to see that Canva has a QR code app. It's not actually an app, it's inside of the website, and you'll be able to just write your website right here, and when you generate code, it will show up directly on your design. So if you have online booking on your website, by just linking to your website, you'd be able to have it right there. There are some customization options, so you can make the color of the QR code something different. Let's make it a little blue. And as you can see, it's a little blue. So once you have finished your design and you want to share it, once again, you can go to the top right corner, click on the button, click share. You'll be able to just download it here. You see that in this case, it's automatically suggested a video because I've added some animations. So you'll be able to share it as a video to keep your animations, or as a GIF. For example, for the email banners, you'd probably want to share it as a GIF so it can keep the animations and be a smaller file. But you can also decide to share it as a PNG or as a JPEG. You can choose whatever file you're more comfortable with. Then you can go down here, select the pages. I usually, the way I do it is I just go to the page I want to share and just click on current page. And then if I want to add a few more pages, it's easier to find it on the menu if that one's already selected. So maybe I want these 3. And when you click download, it will just start downloading directly into your computer. If you want to share it directly with social media, in this case, it's suggesting Instagram because this design is a square, so it automatically suggests Instagram. But I do not have my Instagram connected to my Canva account. I do, however, have Pinterest. So the way it would work here, you choose where to. You'd be able to, in the same way, decide what pages and what content you want to share. In this case, I want page 23, for example. And then you'd be able to just write your caption here. In which case, you'd probably just come here, select everything, Control A or Command A on a Mac, Control C or Command C on a Mac, and just paste it into the caption. And yes, if you click publish now, which I'm not going to do, it will immediately post it straight to your social media. So as you can see, this entire thing can take you 5 minutes, especially once you're comfortable with using the website. Once you're comfortable doing the edits, you'll be able to just post super quickly to your Canva. And yeah, I think that's most of it. Is there anything I missed?
I think that was pretty good, Anna. Thank you very much.
And just to say, Lily and Anna, I don't deny, just looking at the assets, you know, for one parasitic month, for example, how much effort's gone into that. And if I was in clinic, that'd be quite daunting if I thought of all the images, all the formats, all the platforms I want to share it on. So it's absolutely phenomenal how in depth the packs are. And as you mentioned, they're good to go as they are already, but if they want to edit them with their colors and their branding and logo, they can. So I've been educated today, and I think it's a fantastic tool. So thank you for walking us through it. Would you like to both give a final word for the webinar to close it off today?
Sure. I think that you raise a really good point, and we do provide a range of assets across lots of different platforms. But if anyone's starting out, it's definitely worth saying, okay, we're going to commit to just posting on Facebook, or let's just do Instagram for a little while and see how it goes. And don't try to do it all at once. Whatever your sort of platform you know your clients are on, start there. And as you feel more confident, maybe decide that, okay, we're going to start doing TikTok videos. But definitely agree with that point. It can be very overwhelming, and it's good to just get accustomed to one channel before you jump in and do the rest. But yeah, we do really love working on content packs and hope that people find them really valuable and get good feedback from their clients as well. We like to help the people that help the animals, so we really like working on them. And thanks for everyone for tuning in. That's all from me.
Thank you, Lily. What about you, Anna? Any final comments?
I think everything has been touched upon, really. All we want to do is help you do what you love. And we know that marketing can be at the very, very end of the to-do list. And by easing you into this, we hope that you'll be able to have more time to care for the pets that need you, and be able to get more clients, get more bookings, and obviously make the best use you can of the Vetstoria platform. So yeah. Thank you.
And great. And as you mentioned earlier, there will be a follow-up email with some of those great resources we saw a little bit earlier, and to point you in the right direction. But thank you, everybody, for joining. I hope it was insightful for you as it was for me. And we hope to save you a bit of time ultimately. So thank you, everybody, for joining. And thank you, Lily. Thank you, Anna, for your time today.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody.